Okay, so this is System Shock 2. Got a few modifications. I'll mention those later because I can't remember what they were. I installed them back in April. Um, System Shock 2 is as far as games go is related quite closely to Deus Ex. Warren Spector, who headed the production of production and development of Deus Ex, worked with Looking Glass at some point um, on Thief, and the game didn't quite turn out how he wanted, so he ended up bailing out. I actually can't quite remember exactly how far he went into production of that game, but it's very clear that a lot of the origins of Deus Ex were produced, or at least conceptualized at a bare level while he was working at Looking Glass Studios, which is by itself a great. Didn't make that many games, but those games were important. Thief, Thief 1, the gold update to Thief, System Shock 2. A lot of the people who worked on the original System Shock worked on ended up working on System Shock 2. And the reimagining, 3D reimagining of System Shock is coming out soon, so I haven't played a lot of System Shock 2. I think I've played through it once, quite a while after it came out. But we'll see. We'll see how I do. I kind of used the guide towards the end. Let's see if I can make it without one.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
As a UNN Von Braun, we've been hijacked by an unknown force. Ship security has been compromised. Do not allow the ship... Repeat, do not allow the ship to leave under any circumstances. I don't know what we're up against here.
So as we can see, things didn't work out very well. I'm gonna play on normal and start from there.
Look at you, hacker.
You saw that. So we start off with making a character, so that's where
Welcome to the Ramsey Center UNN recruitment facility. Please watch your step when leaving the train. The grav shafts at the end of the hall will take you to the street-level training and recruitment center. Please proceed to the grav shafts.
So when I said this game was made by the same people who made Thief, this is also was originally made.
Grav shafts to proceed to the street level recruitment.
This was also made with a very, very similar engine. So you can see the mod that I'm using cleans things up a little bit. I think there's a little bit of stutter and lag, but that's not going to be a problem because there's not a lot of huge open spaces in this game.
Before you choose your career, you'll want to learn some basic abilities. First, you should go into the basic training center. When you're done with basic training, proceed to the advanced training area. To pick up some basic skills you'll need to get by in the service, enter this CyberLink booth. Inside, you'll learn the basic skills you'll need to get started. Welcome, trainee. While you're in our virtual training courses, we provide you with a simulated cyber interface. This training interface is identical to an actual military-grade cyber interface. Now, let's try it out. Move the mouse. See how it changes where you look? That means you're in shoot mode. Hit the tab key. This puts you in use mode, where you can use your mouse to interact with items in the world. Open your primary MFD, or multifunction display, by clicking on the MFD button near the bottom of the screen. This display shows your strengths in various areas. When you're ready to continue, press the tab key to go back to shoot mode. Try changing between modes until you get the hang of it. Follow the red path along the ground to the next training station. To pick up items, center them on your screen and right-click. This will automatically place that item into your inventory. To view your inventory, press the tab key. You can move items around your inventory by left-clicking and dragging them around. To drop an item, drag it from your inventory into the 3D view and release the mouse button. To use items like buttons in computers, center them in your view and click the right mouse button. All usable items will have brackets around them. Highlight the button on the pillar and right-click. This will activate the lift. Try it out. If you can still see your inventory display, it means you're in use mode. Hit tab to return to shoot mode. The object before you is a med hypo. Pick it up and then press tab to go into use mode. Right-clicking on the med hypo will use it and restore some needed hit points. Your hit points are displayed by a bar in the lower left corner of your screen. Many objects in your inventory can be used by right-clicking on them.
I think there's a quick way to activate that they don't tell you about. H.
See the crate in front of you? To search it, center it on your screen and right-click. If you are in use mode, simply move the pointer to the crate and right-click. To take an item from that container, simply left-click on it. This will automatically place that item in your inventory. To close the container window and return to shoot mode, press the tab key.
Not sure what I'm going to use with a sample container of fermium, but
One
maybe
of the most important tools you have as a soldier is your PDA. This device stores audio logs, emails, and other useful information.
This message is coming from the audio log you just picked up. You can use your PDA at any time to play any audio log or email you've received.
Now, pick up
In the field, the PDA is also used for keeping track of your current mission objectives and obtaining help information.
Okay.
Now it's time to learn about jumping and mantling. To jump, simply press the space bar. To climb a ladder, simply walk into it and look upward. you'll automatically start climbing the ladder.
The thing that I really like about this engine is that you can do things like this. Catch a ledge and mantle up. I'm sure there were other engines at the time that did this, but I think that the Dark engine made it very satisfying. I think this is the new. This was upgraded to the new Dark engine, which is considerably more stable.
You've done well. Remember, if you're unclear on any aspect of what you've just learned, you can repeat the training as often as you wish. If you've completed basic training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training will familiarize you with the 3 key areas of military service: weapons training, technical training, and psionics training. Approach the Cyberlink booth of your choice to train in that area.
Alright, wannabe. If you want to learn the weapon skills it takes to even think about joining the Marines, come on in. We're looking for a few good men. Good to have you on board. Now we'll teach you how to handle a firearm. Pick up the pistol and the clip from the table. You can equip the weapon in one of 2 ways. Bring up your inventory and drag the pistol to your weapons equip slot near the right-hand side of your inventory. If that's too slow for you, you can use the hotkeys on the keyboard. Press 2. If the pistol was in your inventory, it will equip for you automatically. To lock and load the ammo clip, hit the R key or hit the reload button on the lower right corner of your screen. Once you've loaded the firearm, take a shot at the dummy robot by pressing your left mouse button when in shoot mode. Notice how its health bar gets shorter as you chip away at it. Some items need to be charged with energy before they can be used. Pick up the laser pistol. Now use the recharging station nearby. The recharge station will juice up all of your energy-based items. Weapons, batteries, you name it. Weapons are not fine wines. They do not get better with age. The colored dot on the lower right corner of the screen tells you what kind of shape your firearm is in. Green is good, red is bad. To fight the effects of wear and tear, a soldier with maintenance skill can use a maintenance tool to improve the condition of his weapon. Just pick up the tool, open your inventory, and drag the tool onto your pistol. Remember that maintenance tools are only good for a single use. Good work. Now you're ready for the Marines. Take a look at the other training areas first before you enlist. They might just come in handy.
Inside, we'll teach you the basics of some technical skills you'll need in the Navy. Welcome. You'll notice when you're in the Cyberlink booth, we'll provide you with a temporary cyber interface and the skills you need to accomplish the training tasks. But they'll only last so long as you're in the booth. The object in front of you is a container of nanites. Nanites are consumed whenever you perform technical tasks, such as hacking or repairing. When you pick up the container of nanites, they do not go in your general inventory, but are instead displayed in use mode on the bottom left of your screen. Walk over to the keypad by the door and try out hacking. Use the keypad by right-clicking on it. To the right of the number pad, you'll see an orange tab labeled Hack. Left-click on the tab. Text will appear indicating the difficulty of the hack and any bonuses that apply. Click on the Start button to begin hacking. You'll see a grid of nodes. Clicking on a node will either turn it bright or dark. To successfully hack, you must connect 3 bright nodes in a straight line. Beware of the ice nodes with the red outlines. If one of these turns dark, you fail the hack, and you might break the item you're working on or worse. You can restart your hack attempt at any time by hitting the reset button, though you'll have to pay the nanite cost again. You can use nanites to buy items from replicators. To use a replicator, right-click on it, then left-click on the item you wish to purchase.
Hi there.
The item you
Please
purchased
make
will
your
drop into the slot
selection.
below. Make sure you pick up your purchases before you leave.
Thank you for choosing Value Wrap.
Every single plant was except ones that create rep vending machines went out of business overnight.
You learned the basics of the technical skills. There are several other technical skills you'll learn throughout the course of your career, such as repairing items and modifying weapons. The cyber interfaces for these tasks are similar to the hacking interface. Before you enlist in the Navy, try out the other training courses. They'll be useful.
Inside, you will learn how to reach out with your mind. Do not let fear block your path. We've provided you with a virtual interface and the temporary ability to project simulated psionic powers. Once you leave this area, these powers will be lost to you. The red bar at the lower left of your screen tells you how many psi points you have. Psi points symbolize the current ability to use your psi powers. Psi hypos replenish your psi points. Try using a psi hypo and watch your psi points increase. When you've reached your maximum in psi points, move to the next station. This psi amp amplifies your psi powers and lets you project them into the real world. To equip it, pick it up, and then hit the tilde key. Firing the psi amp activates your currently selected psi discipline. You currently have access to 2 disciplines, cryokinesis and kinetic redirection. Go into use mode and click on the arrows on the bottom right of the screen. This will cycle through your available psi disciplines. Later, clicking on the arrows above the number to the left will allow you to select psi disciplines from higher tiers. Use cryokinesis to destroy the robot, and kinetic redirection to pull that nanite container towards you. Be careful. Holding down the mouse button can augment the power, but holding it down for too long will cause burnout, which will damage you. If you run out of psi points, use another psi hypo.
Is there a key to holster everything? I don't think you need this in this game, but it was available in Thief. What I can't believe is that they actually made it so that you can play this game with just the keyboard. This was in 1999.
Mastery of the mind is a slow but rewarding process. Return to this area if you need more guidance. Before you enlist in the OSA, it would be useful to experiment in the other training courses.
Here's where you make your choice, soldier. Here's where you enlist in one of the 3 branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service, there's no going back. A shuttle will take you to a UNN orbital space station, where you'll receive a briefing regarding your yearly postings. Good luck.
I'm just gonna be basic and be a shooty guy. It's actually a really cool. I don't know why this is stored here. Well, I guess if you needed to flush it out, it would be really efficient. This is really cool.
Welcome to Space Station Wake Island, Marine. So you've survived basic training at Camp Lejeune. Better still, you've managed to learn a thing or two about standard weapons. But now it's time for the real deal. Your tour of duty will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. The Corps demands a lot of you, grunts, but the Corps is generous. You get to choose your own postings. Head up to the shuttle bays in the center of Wake Island, and you'll be briefed on what's ahead. When you find the right posting, head into that bay to accept the assignment. Good luck, Marine.
The entire point of this is just to show off the 3D engine and what they've done with it since Thief.
Not every boarding party has the luxury of gravity, so the Corps strongly recommends every one of its brethren getting some zero-G training. A year aboard the training station Guadalcanal should suffice. The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate. Plus, you've got to spend the year with a bunch of Navy skanks.
I think I'm more concerned about the fact that more than a fifth of the trainees die.
If you're partial to spending time with a lot of high explosives, this posting is for you. There's a lot of heavy lifting, but Ordnance also gets the first pick of booze and other goodies coming aboard the supply ship Gallo. Lock and load. The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io.
I like having health. February 12th, 2112. Your stint at the IO survival school is finished. You managed to survive your year there barely. The encounter with a descendant of a Citadel Station gorilla tiger mutant put you in the sick bay for a month, but now you're one tough Marine. You've gained +2 endurance.
Dummy ammunition, live ammunition, moving targets, stationary targets, live targets. The Port MacArthur training facility has enough hardware to warm the heart of any leatherneck. The automated asteroid ore facilities in JM-432 supply the UNN shipyards, so they're crucial to defense. However, they're also prime candidates for hackers. Somebody's gotten their claws into the primary data loop, and they need a team to head in there and blast their way past the automated defense systems. A tour of duty aboard the Antigua should let you pick up some one-on-one beam weapon training from Gunnery Sergeant Malloy. But heads up, she's a world-class SOB. Dummy ammunition, live ammunition, moving targets.
February 23rd, 2113. Time to get out of Port MacArthur and back to Wake Island Station. You got to pick up and refill more ammo casings than you can count. You even got to occasionally play the live targets in an expert's exercise. Still, you can't spend a year at the Mac without learning something. You picked up a good amount of standard weapon skill and even impressed some of the Mac's technicians. You gain +2 standard weapons.
The colony air surface gets the dregs of the fleet, and the Antigua's the dregs of the dregs. You'll learn a lot about recalcitrant machinery on a tour of duty aboard the Antigua, if it doesn't blow you to hell and back first. The Pleiades trading station has long been a haven for the black market. However, up until now, they have not interfered with the running of station operations. Recent reports indicate that the Pleiades command staff has been overthrown, and the station is under the control of a self-appointed magnate. This must be rectified and a Marine presence maintained on the station. The UNN Secretary General's office needs a full staff of armed guards. When things are dull, it requires a lot of standing around looking good in a uniform. When things are bad, it can require fending off a Psi terrorist assault. The colony air service gets the dregs of the fleet, and the Antigua's the dregs of the dregs.
I'm playing with standard weapon degradation, so this is necessary. February 9th, 2114. Get back to Wake Island Station pronto. Your tour of duty at the UNN Antigua is finished. You kept the Antigua running for 6 months when every system in the book crashed daily. But your real problems came when the convicts the air service was shipping through decided to try a revolt. It took you the rest of the trip to get the smell of explosives out of the air scrubbers, but you learned how to repair the damn things. You've gained +1 to repair.
Shuttle A-138, you have clearance for landing on the Von Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
Reinitializing memory strings. Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the computer ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now. Watch out. I'm getting strange readings from that radar dish outside the window. It's become unstable due to... Move! Take cover!
Critical decompression hazard in the cryo recovery suite.
The entire sector is depressurizing and the blue vacuum shield won't last long. Get through a secure airlock before you're sucked into space. Move it!
Great. Gotta change the access codes out of Cryo A again. Like I've got nothing better to do. I think Grassy just likes to make work for me. I'll set the new code to 45100. That should be easy enough to remember.
Looks like they have everything under control.
Warning. Decompression event imminent. Please move immediately to cryo recovery B. Decompression event imminent.
This power cell is dead. There should be a recharger nearby. Just use it and it will recharge all the power-driven devices in your possession. After you've recharged the cell, plug it into the auxiliary power unit. That should open the airlock door. Be quick about it. The vacuum seals won't hold up much longer. Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room. 1 for each subsystem of your cybernetic gear. Stats, psi, weapons, and tech. But use the modules carefully. They're hard to come by.
This place is completely falling apart.
Hey Doc, a security bot showed up with orders from you to place this grunt into the recovery freezer. I'm no cyber doc, but I know a plant job when I see one. I suppose you know they outlawed R-grade cyber goodies after that fiasco back on Citadel Station. But hey, I just work here, right?
Looks like his arm is broken.
Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room. 1 Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room. 1 for each subsystem of your cybernetic gear. Stats, psi, weapons, and tech. But use the modules carefully. They're hard to come by.
Okay, so I need hacking. Strength determines inventory capacity, amount of damage. Inflict the amount of damage you inflict hand-to-hand combat, endurance, hit points, psi abilities, movement speeds, falling damage and weapon kickback, cybernetic affinity, number of dangerous nodes. How do I open you? Or do I just smash you? It's good they gave you the they just kind of throw a bunch of stuff in your, Ouch. Yeah, I forgot the fall damage isn't very... You don't have a lot of, You're not able to take much of a fall in this game. I think you're purely expected to get that through, there's no way. I think there's any way of getting that right now. Okay, well, let's, first, let's learn how to quick save. Alt S, Alt L. I can get used to that. Insufficient cyber modules. Great.
Can somebody let me out? I can't find my card. Please, let me out of here.
It's a really intense sound.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
We do not welcome.
Do I want to drink juice from a mutant? Maybe, maybe not.
Security access compromised. Security access compromised.
Any of the legal restrictions, athletic prerequisites by avoiding any actual drugs and simply stimulating the musculature electrical impulses. Wonder if you can recharge it. But yeah, that was worth it. I mean, I can't afford any of this anyway, but it's nice to look. There's that techno. Oh, that's temporarily disable it. I don't need that. I do need that.
Why is it that no one listens to me? The security protocols on the Xerxes system are clearly immature. Some idiot hacked into the primary data loop last night and made Xerxes sing Elvis Presley songs for 3 hours. I finally had to pull the voice subsystem offline. What would happen if someone with a real agenda got into him?
Something really bad?
That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well. You can transfer power at the engine core on Deck 1, which will get the elevator up and running again. But you can't use the elevator to get down there.
This is Xerxes.
There's some kind of maintenance access right on this hallway. You can use it to reach Deck 1.
Remember,
however, it's locked, and Xerxes is hiding a passcode for it. Dr. Watts should have the code. He's probably in the crew subsection. Grassi has the key to get in there, but he's in the medical subsection, probably near the biopsy lab. Now get to the medical subsection and find Grassi. On most decks, you'll find a quantum bioreconstruction device. Xerxes shut them all down, but I've discreetly put them back online. You'll need to interface with each machine locally to provide a quantum entanglement sample. Once you do that, the device will be able to rebuild your body essentially from scratch.
I got called up around 0430 to help unload the shuttle coming back from Tau Ceti. Kerenskin was there alone. Jesus, what the hell happened to him? He'd lost most of his hair, and you could see these lumps on the side of his neck. And that smell. I told him he should go see Dr. Watts, but he told me to mind my own business. Well, la-di-da.
There's a camera here.
Damn. The power outage has also taken out access to this bulkhead. It's the only way to get to the medical subsection. Pick up the battery from the floor and find a recharger. The one you used before is in hard vacuum now, I'm afraid, but there should be another one on...
Marie, I've got to restrict access to engineering until we can figure out what to do down there. It's just too hot. I don't know where all the hazard suits went, so I'm reduced to bringing down an armful of rad hypos. Those damn things always give me a headache.
This guy seems a little toasty. So if you want to play video games on the job.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep...
Xerxes has control of the ship's security system. Avoid or destroy any security cameras you see. You can hack security computers to power down the cameras too, if you're good enough. But don't botch the job, or you'll set off the alarm yourself. Your corpse is useless to me.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out the primary access channel, and that means we'll all be on auxiliary power until we can get it back up. That means all the lifts are out. Marie, where the hell are you?
It's gonna be really tough getting over there.
Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary. Your research software will tell you what chemicals it needs, and when.
I don't have a lot of cybernetic modules, but I don't have research.
Silence them.
I was about to say, why can't I pick it up?
This is Xerxes. Remember, the unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the Von Braun is a Class 3 infraction.
It doesn't do anything. Let me see. That's one. to make these rounds count. Freak is up there somewhere. Yes, it is.
Ever since we reached Tau Ceti, the lab monkeys have been acting strangely. Nurse Lesser picked one out of a cage to be brought in for vivisection, and the rest of them, I mean the entire group, stood up on their legs and howled. This wasn't just a random display. It was a protest.
Can't hack anything, can't open anything, but I'm still still mostly alive. Version 1 research software. Research not learned. It's my attempt to clean this place up. Ah, somebody threw these things away. Nice. The music ran away somewhere. It's a medical center with no medical beds. Even the original System Shock was more forgiving than this. I've already cleared this area. Don't have enough to upgrade.
You have not disappointed me. Transmitting cybernetic modules. Good. You've managed to get into Med. Now find Grassi and get the keycard to the crew sector. He's the one who monitored your cryo sleep, so he might be interested in joining you. If he hasn't been butchered yet.
This game is not kind.
You might witness some strange phenomena. Your R-grade cyber rig has an experimental perception enhancement that can theoretically detect residual psychic emanations. These emanations traditionally come from the recently dead. Literature might call them ghosts. I call them self-hypnotic defects in the R-grade unit. Don't let it distract you from the job at hand.
Is there...
Oh, bastard.
Where'd everybody go? Is this some kind of joke? Hello?
I remember this part not being fun.
Radiation hazard.
Medical tells me they've replicated a whole bunch of rad hypos. I'm gonna pick those up and distribute them to the engineering staff unless anyone gets a better idea. Watts also asked me to check on the replicator in the crew lounge. He says it's a hacker's paradise.
Hold on. Does the decontamination shower do anything?
Radiation hazard.
Medical tells me they've replicated a whole bunch of rad hypos. I'm gonna pick those up and distribute them to the engineering staff unless anyone gets a better idea. Watts also asked me to check on the replicator in the crew lounge. He says it's a hacker's paradise.
Yep, it does. And yes, there's a pretty big storm outside. This guy was having a party until the end.
Whose idea was it to bring 150 chimpanzees on board anyway? The interest of science? What about the interest of hygiene? Does anybody have any idea how much crap 150 lab monkeys make in a day? The poor chimps. They come on board for the most historic mission of all time, and they end up being chopped into little pieces in the name of progress.
Radiation hazard.
Since returning from the surface of Tau Ceti 5, the patient has experienced numerous novel phenomena, evidenced by inflammatory nodular growth and the presence of a large worm-like parasite. This morning, the parasite penetrated the subject's chest from the inside and attached one end of itself to the subject's forehead. If I remove it, it could kill the kid. If I leave it... Final diagnosis beats the hell out of me. I'd love to refer this to Medorsky at CDC, but unfortunately he's 67 trillion miles away.
This is as much a memory game as anything. Have to always remember things. The enemies respawn, so it's within your interest to do things quickly.
Intruder entering medical sector A. Intruder, the Many demands to know your intentions. Are you allied with her? Do you not know of her intentions, of her history? She once tried to destroy your species, and now you do her bidding. Intruder entering medical sector A.
Angela, while it may appear that the lab monkeys are communicating with each other, I assure you it's quite impossible. You claim that one monkey signed the passcode for a supply closet to another, and the latter proceeded to open it. As I'm sure you know, there have literally been tens of thousands of studies of primate intelligence, and there's no evidence of behavior even remotely that sophisticated. So either you've single-handedly trumped the entire field of animal behaviorists, or you're badly in need of a vacation.
Oh, they gave them all chips. Oh man, that guy got smashed.
I can't raise anybody down in engineering. With the lifts out, I'll need to get down there through the emergency conduit in the Psi Annex. I think the access code is in Watts' lab.
Why?
Access needed.
Near biopsy in near biopsy in the medical. So downstairs.
Items dropped.
He's not here.
This is Xerxes. Why do you persist in your loneliness?
Oh shit, you guys have guns.
Items dropped. Items dropped.
Broken shotgun isn't useful anyway.
Items dropped.
Item requires strength of 2. Well, isn't that special?
Items dropped.
It's a wrench. Great. Yeah, that's not doing anything. Is my strength really that bad? I remember there was more reward for busting out all the cameras in the original System Shock. If there was any way to reach it.
What is a drop of rain compared to the storm?
What is a thought
Compared to a mind? Our unity is full of wonder.
is full of wonder, which your tiny individualism cannot even conceive.
Good work. I'm uploading some cybernetic modules. Find and upgrade unit as soon as you
Patient
can and
Watson died
improve
at
your rig.
0240 of non-specific causes. Despite zero respiratory and brain function, the body is still displaying autonomous motor function, as does the parasite. At 0847, the patient even spoke to one of the nurses. Autopsy is set for 1630, and then we'll see what makes this Lazarus tick.
Can I bust this window? Yes, I can. I am not interested in monkeys right now. I do need to research how to destroy them as soon as possible. So research that. Increase strength so I can wear armor. You can have passive research. That's your software analyzes. Let's fix this a bit. A little bit better. Come on.
Research complete.
Summary: you've learned how to best target the hybrid for maximal damage. All damage dealt to hybrids will be increased by 25%. Analysis: DNA structure indicates that this organism is a hybrid of a human host and a parasitic organism. Really, the giant worm coming out of their gut and implanting itself into their brain isn't a hint. Although the parasite, resembling a yard-long worm, has deteriorated to a stage beyond useful analysis, the effects of the process are evident. Severe deterioration of higher-level mental processes is caused by tumors growths along the spinal column and brainstem. The non-human tissues seem to be formed of a composite of small worm-like creatures that have adapted into the host body and taken over a majority of motor and decision-making functions. There also appears to be a direct stimulation of the autonomic nervous and glandular systems. Hence, the organism produces exceptional amounts of both adrenaline and endorphins, making it remarkably strong and aggressive. What remains cannot really be called human at all. Damage done by the host by the process is irrevocable, and the organism now functions with no sense of morality or hesitation. Well, mostly. Some of them tell me to run. A recommendation. The organism is vulnerable to the same forms of stimuli as a human. However, the changes in its physiology suggest a chemistry more complex than is currently understood. Further analysis of similar organisms might provide more insights in this area. This looks much like your brain, except it's smaller and there are hair-like silvery filaments penetrating it. Chemicals needed to perform research. FM. Let's go get some. There's an angry big robot that is totally not one of Karas's cannon bots. FM, right? I guess once it gets to that stage. Was that the research? Ouch. It seems bashing them with a wrench appears to do more damage than shooting them.
Good. You've made it into the crew sector. Now find Dr. Watt's room.
Art server offline.
Chemical needed.
We have picked up a transmission from the surface of Tau Ceti 5. I've been in negotiation with Captain Diego of the Rickenbacker, and after some coercion, he's agreed to go planetside as a joint venture. Imagine, this historic mission might even become more historic. First contact. And who is there to get exclusive rights to all media, patents, and land grants? Trioptimum. Miri, I told you this would be worth it.
Selection.
Okay. What was the point of even hiding this? These crew quarters are both really nice and really sad at the same time.
Goddamn Bronson and her stupid procedures. She's changed the code on the Med-Sci 2 sub-armory again. Now I've got to head back up to Deck 4 to find out what it is. Somebody's gonna frag her but good someday.
It's a good place to get sloshed and practice psionic powers, I guess.
Research complete.
Monkey Brain. Summary. You've learned how to best target damage. All damage 25%. Analysis. The monkey is genetically normal. An African squirrel monkey. However, it appears to have been subject to a number of chemical and surgical procedures. Both before and after birth. These procedures have enhanced brain size and connectivity, as well as enhanced the myelination of the central nervous system. The skull of the creature has been surgically removed, presumably both to prevent cranial pressure and to allow quick experimental access. Recommendation. The neural construction of the creature is similar in nature to human psionic neural structure. The monkeys are likely to have psionic capability. They are vulnerable to attacks which affect standard organic creatures. Well, I could have told you that on my own. Still, at least I can bash them to death pretty easily now. What is this? Choose one upgrade. Strong metabolism. Damage from radiation and toxins reduced by 25%. Pharma friendly. Extra 20% benefit from Eidos. Okay, I actually have a use for that. Pack Rat adds 3 extra inventory slots up to the maximum. You know, instead of strength. Speedy movement increased by 15, that might be useful. Sharpshooter, each shot with a range non-psionic weapon does 15% more damage. Natural ability, one-time bonus of 20 cybernetic upgrade modules. Cybernetically enhanced allows the use of 2 implants of different types at once. Tank increases maximum points by 10. Lethal weapon increases all hand-to-hand damage 35. Security expert plus 2 hacking skill if you already have at least 1 point of skill applied only to security computers. Smasher, you can execute overhand attacks with melee weapons. Cybernetic assimilation, you can extract diagnostic repair module from any destroyed robots and use it to heal 15 points. That's pretty useful. Replicator expert. All items replicator cost 20% less. Psi power, psionic burnout no longer damages you and costs no psi points. Tinker. Nanite costs for making weapon modifications 50% cheaper. Spatially aware. Auto map for each sublevel is always completely filled in and displays the position of all enemies. Accuracy dependent on proximity. That's a really... Man, it's a hard choice. I'm actually gonna save for now, and this is it for now. I'm going to stream again. Same schedule, Tuesday, Thursday. I think I'm doing a lot better on this run than my initial run, mainly because I'm just more used to the controls. But hopefully I'll get better, and my character will be better, and I'll remember to stay within making a reasonable character that doesn't spread out too far. A shooty character isn't as interesting, but it's kind of a Silent Hill, Resident Evil type of thing where you don't really have that much ammunition to begin with. So you are a shooting character, but you are rewarded for progressing further. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see everybody next time.